All right. Okay, let's see here. And do I want to record? Nah, we'll just get this stuff situated. So if I want to get this stuff situated, what's that going to require? Um, it'll require some work on this. This. Oh, that's. Let's see here. Oh, that's right. I was also working on this. All right. That's the component itself. Let's print this. Okay, so we're still getting none. Okay, so we're getting night. What I'm assuming is happening is it's probably passing this in wrong. Because if I get you, that's so infuriating. Would this work better if I took that? I guess I can just. I don't need to do that. I could just set profile. Um. Brother. Oh. Okay. That's fine. I can just probably just deal with that. We will add a P to this character pro. Oh, I bet I'm using wrong types. Okay. 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 And then in here, break you, set you, boom, bop, bing, bap, kaboom. That's unfortunate. Oh, idiot. Let's not make an infinite loop, how about? Okay, so we know that works now. Does that not have... Oh, it doesn't. I should grab that. Hi, buddy. Yeah, what's up? All right. Um, Must have never saved that. That's fine. Okay, that works. All right, what's up with this? That restarting. Oh, let's see. Nice. Okay, cool. So that's working again. And then from there, it's just having to set all of these. Be cool if we could define a sequence folder, but we'll do that later. Um, okay. Okay. Okay, we'll just do blocking. Oh, whoops. So we can now get rid of you, get rid of, oops, get rid of you, get rid of you, do 4 each on you, blocking. Let's see what happens. Okay. Can I just print this? Probably will not work. Oh, well, that's probably why. Get map. That would make sense. Let's do you. You. Nice. Very good. And if I were to add, let's say, another in here, we'll see how that works. Very nice. We'll see now that it has removed. Perfect. Delete you for now. Okay. Okay, now we're gonna have to be methodical. So the idea is to hopefully be able to do away with these. Because we shouldn't need width. I don't want to store projectile. Okay, so we fixed relative transform. We have the sequence map combo array. Anim instance. That's fine. Oh, we could actually. We could implement. Whole purpose of all of this was to be able to make this character to an AI, which has only taken 2 months. Maybe I should just record the video about using paper. Let's see, is it giving an update? That's annoying. Okay. Let's see if this will pull up this at least, and then we'll probably just record. Dun, 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 dun. Brother. Why is it still on 5.1? Gotta. Did I package the wrong version? Surely not. I don't really want to put you. Whatever. Because this should have version 6 on it, so we'll leave that running in the background to test that later. In the meantime, do I have. I don't want to use that character, I'll be honest. What if we go ahead and just grab another from his Patreon? Let's look at the enemy packs. All right. Probably these demons. They're kind of fun looking. That's a fun death. Ooh. It's actually quite fun. Let's do that. close out of? Yes, we will do that. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There we go. Okay. Do we think that it'll let me just drag and drop? Oh, it actually did. Incredible work. So just a license. Nice. Okay. Fireball. Okay, perfect. This will be the perfect start. We're gonna call it demon enemy. Demons. Alright, we can just send this, I suppose. Okay, so what are we doing? We're just gonna do an install of the plugin, I guess, and then we will show the extractor in a quick video. We will show off the character profile, like creating a character profile, and then we can show off probably each tool individually, just short little videos, and then that should be it for the plugin. And then from there, I can redo everything in my project to support the profiles to implement better AI. The long haul. All right, in this video, we're just going to go over installing the Paper 2D Plus plugin. So all we need to do is go into Epic Games, open up Fab, and just search that up, Paper 2D Plus, and we'll find it here. You can install the plugin. It'll give you a prompt for which version. Usually this will have a drop down for the various versions that you will have installed in your environment. And then you would just hit install. After you've done that, you will be able to come into your projects, plugins, and then it should show up in installed as 2D, or you can scroll all the way down. I guess mine's just reorganized. You can also just search it up, Paper 2D Plus, and it will show itself up if you are in all plugins. You'll need to go ahead and toggle that on, and it will ask you to restart your project. So go ahead and do that. If you find things aren't working, it may be because you need to have the gameplay tags editor, though this should already be enabled. But this is a part, this is a built-in plugin by Unreal, and we do need it for the Paper 2D Plus plugin. And once inside, we'll see a few options start to show up. One being the extract sprites options. Hold on a second, that's not right. Did that get depreciated? That's not right. Have I just been tripping out then? Bro, that would be crazy. Let's go onto my laptop. That is strange. This is not pulling. Oh. Dang it. Well, that would explain that. I was on the wrong branch. What's wrong with my laptop? Okay. Weird. Why is everything deciding to break down right now? Alright, 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 alright. Yeah. Okay. Relaunch this. Because that's really weird. Because it's got everything else. Oh, it doesn't have. It definitely does not have everything. What happened? Go back in here. I do like this artist's style and such. However, I'm gonna have to like rework a whole bunch of stuff because he has so many looping animations, like animations that are broken up into three parts. I mean, look at this. A dive. I mean, this is essentially just an attack, but still, we have takeoff. Like it's great. It's great, but got this one's, but this one's all just one. Okay, we need to see. So we know that this is still on a bit of an older version. Let's check. Okay, so this is removed. Okay, so it's like both old and new. Yeah, it's got, this is old, but it's, oh, that's so frustrating. Now this is up here. Ah. Okay. When was my last packaged? I did that yesterday at 1:23 a.m. So, mm, it's just so weird. Did something not get pushed? Or maybe something didn't get merged. Dang it. Do, 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 do. Let's check. Pull requests. No, those are all closed. What about commits? Yeah, we had that committed yesterday. Hmm. Okay. Got a lot of problems going on right now. Let's get this working on my laptop. That way I can even test. My version control's been a little silly. Okay, so that should be installed now. We can go ahead, reopen the project. You're trolling. What? love if this would work. Eesh. This is so silly. Okay, let's see if at least version 5. Nice. You're here on that launch. Because this is getting the. Uh, whoa. Why does this keep happening? Okay, slow down, slow down. Alright. What's the dealio? I have just objectively not worked on that. What? Alright, we need to really figure out what's been going on in here. UE5 build. Okay, so that's crazy. It's really just getting deleted. Brother. What? What? That's crazy. See, that's just hello? Okay. This is getting frustrating. Okay, so now this is just paper ZD's just broken on my laptop. Cool. Wasn't broken like half an hour ago. All right, what's the dealio? Like, can't even work on anything because shit's just getting removed. That's crazy. And it's probably still going to be referenced. Yeah, all of this saved, of course. That save. BS in here saved. Now if I play, it's just gonna. Yeah. What? We're gonna have to resolve some get problems. Alright, if this doesn't work on my laptop, we're just gonna give up. Oh, of course now it works. We love a computer restart. Wow. This is absurd. Alright, let's just try. At least I thought they were good. Okay, well, this is incredibly silly. At least this is moving along. Maybe it'll work in there and that'll be something of a win. I'm going to close out of this. I'm going to make a change in here. Night attack, and we're just gonna recommit this from here. Okay. Commit that. I'm going to push you. Then going to fetch. Gonna pull. Yes, I know there's unresolved conflicts. Okay, we're not gonna do that. 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 Nor that. Hi, little. What if we just... Okay, well that should fix something for now. I don't love that these are in here. Because I just... I mean, okay, whatever. Now if we come back in here, it should be back. Hi there. You're just the sweetest little cat. Turn on the cat cam. Got a old cat chilling in her little place. You have sharp claws. Yes, they're very sharp. That hurts. Drive her a little crazy. What's going on in there? You see something? Oh, what is it? What is it? What is it? Huh. Funny little cat. Okay. Whoa, this is not looking great, but that's fine. Let's go in here. Okay, you're back. Lovely. Don't ever do that again. So did it break? Is there just a... Okay, you're still here. Side of Git. Okay. Close that for now. You're such a cute little girl. Doop 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 doop. Can I have your paw? Let me see your paw. Okay, I'm sorry, I'll let you be. Sorry to bother. Okay, so that's back. Huge win. Now, let's see. Oh, wow, I've forgotten. It's crazy how much they've changed. Oops. We'll just drop in sprites. I don't really care. Why not? We'll just see what happens. Cool. Oh, I'm gonna crash out. So 5.5 most definitively does have the latest. It's version 6. Oh my gosh. Am I just tripping out or what? Let's launch this. Oh. What's this? What's this? Oh, wait, no, I don't have it installed in there. We're gonna have so many versions of Unreal open trying to get this working. Let's try opening it one more time. Okay, we want you. Yeah, you're so cute. Nope, still on version 5. Okay. And in here we are. You're so pretty. Watch the con- But that doesn't matter. Yeah? What's up? Oh, you're making little baby biscuits. Are you a happy cat? Hey, pretty. Hi. Oh, you're making the cutest little baby biscuits. You wanna come hop over here? Over here? No? Right on. How about you? Oh, you're also making biscuits. Oh my goodness. I have such happy and content cats right now. Wow. If only I could have a happy and content working period. Beautiful. Well, that works. Oh my gosh, that does not work. Brother. Wow, that just. I don't love that. I don't. I don't know. Okay. Okay, this is. Brother. I'm objectively just not doing that. Hello? Okay, we're gonna try rebuilding this. So we know that works. Sure. Even though I did that. Probably. I Oh, hi there. Oh, is my laptop in your spot? Here, you can sit here now. There you go. You're so cute. Alright, whatever. Guess I'd have to regenerate you too, but I don't want to do that right now, so. Yes, rebuild. Oh, bye bye. Cat's gone now. Never had this many build issues. This is crazy. Okay, your rebuilt binaries and intermediate. Good job. I swear, if there's an error, going to crash out. Yes, restart Unreal Engine. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yep, 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 yep. This is also frustrating because my fab listing is not getting the most current version either. So I'm worried that no, but I know I packaged the right one because it's working on 5.5. Okay, so now we're in here. There it goes. Cool. Okay. So it was a build issue. Nice. That's crazy that it failed to rebuild on two different computers. Well, didn't fail. It just rebuilt weird on two separate. That's crazy because I rebuilt both of them before starting. That's so weird. Okay, and what if I go, even though I just checked, let's go to Epic one more time. So, despite me having pushed this through, it acknowledging it, yeah, and it still has it. So I'll probably just have to repackage on my laptop. Let's close you. Documents. Okay, let's open up Chrome. Back to Fab and Google Drive. Frustrating that this has worked in the past without any issues, and now I'm running into a plethora. We're gonna try that. I need to copy that link, and we're going to try republishing this. Okay, we'll submit that for review. Hopefully that fixes all of these fab issues, and I can move on about my merry way. Set this out of the way. It's getting kind of hot in here. Yeah, what's up, buddy? Any help? Where? Should we let your sister in? Ah, you're such a cute orange boy. Did you know that? Are you just trying to head out? Straight up trying to dip? Alright, fine, you can do that. Okay. What was I doing? Farewell, little cats. Okay, we'll record a video about installing the plugin, about the extractor, which is what I spent so long trying to fix, is literally just that. Insane. For now though, let's go here. guess I should. We'll launch in 5.5. Thanks, Epic, for always closing. Nothing to be fetched on the gets. I want you. All right. Okay, there we go. Plugins. Let's do one last check. That'd be great if did they already approve it? Oh no. Oh, they did. No, my computer's just killing itself. That's all. Okay. Okay. All right, well, let's just record this, get this out of the way. Let's actually check recordings. I think I have a lot. We're gonna just toss you into there. Toss you into there. Let's delete all these. Okay. Nice. Nice. All right, in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to install the Paper 2D Plus plugin. So we'll need to be in Epic Games. Just head over to Fab. This is just going to be like any plugin installation. So we can just search up Paper 2D Plus. We'll find that here. And then we would hit install plugin. This will be a drop down for any versions you'd like to install it to. I have it installed on my tutorial project, which is going to be on 5.5, so it may differ a little bit. I usually work on 5.7, but just for this example, I will be using 5.5. So you can install it. Once you've installed it, just open up your projects, head over to plugins. Depending on your version, this may look a little different. Installed 2D, you'll want to enable that or just search it up. You can search up Paper 2D Plus. Now, this plugin will not work without the gameplay tag editor, which should automatically be enabled. But if it isn't, go ahead and enable that. So that's a pretty quick video just for the installation of Paper 2D Plus. Next video, I'll go over the extractor and we'll continue from there. Hello, Mr. Squarepeg. You just got to see me raw dog a video tutorial. I don't believe in editing videos. I absolutely hate them, so I just gotta kind of send it. No script. off the off the cuff. Been dealing with a bunch of silly problems today, so hopefully everything's situated now. Okay. Leave this 5-5 build. Yeah, I can't do any type of video or photo editing. I have very basic skills using GIMP to make thumbnails now. That's about it. I don't even want to remotely explore video editing. That's a behemoth that is way outside of my purview. So, oh, thank goodness everything's still alive. Maybe I'll just go ahead and record. Let's make sure this is working as intended. Detection 1 through, okay, it's ordered correct. Can create a, oh, I swear. Oh my gosh. Reasonable crash out. Incredible. Is this just gonna crash all of them? I sure hope that's just a, hopefully that's just a 5-5. Should I press it? Ah, it is. Okay. So that seems to be a 5-5 issue. Is this guy not named? Oh, he's not. Let's fix that. How are you doing, Mr. Square? Any news on jobs so far? Alcara demon? Okay. Alcara demon. Is that how I want my naming convention again? Not really. That's good to hear. You're doing well. Alcara demon. Okay. You been working on anything lately? Oh. Oh, nice. Okay. You've had a few places that might hire you. Is it just interviewing process? What kind of stages are you in when you say that you need to follow up? Oh, I need to create a jump scare. Alcara demon profile. Okay, so just the standard process. What would you be working in? Is it still just going to be software engineering? I know that's what you said your what you were previously working in. Okay. Oh. Uh-oh. Why, why are there three? Okay, nice. Would you say that you enjoyed or enjoy working in the field? I know you were, let's see, you were working for the DOE doing, I think it was what you said it was like accounting software. Like, did you at least enjoy what you were doing, or was it just kind of paying the bills for you? Hopefully that fixes that. Extract you. Text. Okay, cool. That did bring that back. Oh my goodness. Okay, nice. This looks like it's good. We have 0 to 15. Nothing seems to be missing. Okay, so the extractor, beautiful, lovely. Please don't crash. Thank you. Puts it in, beautiful. Great, we have a folder. Folder contains everything. Wow, incredible. Lovely work. Love to see it. You had to write in COBOL. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, nightmare. Oh, that's right. If it's for the DOE, you would. That's crazy. That's oh. I remember learning some stuff. I don't know hardly anything about COBOL. All I remember was hearing that um some of the Department of Efficiency stuff they were trying to say that the Department of Government Efficiency was trying to say that there were cases of people have being like hundreds of years old, and it looked like it was potentially a just like way COBOL worked, which is pretty much all that I have ever hearing or really interacting with COBOL was just that it had a wasn't like an integer overflow. I don't really know what it was, but it was just it's just funny little COBOL things because the government still uses COBOL, and that's pretty much the only time I've ever heard about COBOL. You know what kind of game I'm making? Man, I guess it's a 2D platformer, but I'm not too too set on anything. Mostly just trying to get systems and pipelines kind of fleshed out. So I've been working on the plugin and getting that situated, trying to actually add some functionality again to Unreal, because I mean I've dealt with this now since it's been like 2022 or something. Just trying to just sludge through this. What I have done in the past, though, I made a procedural generation algorithm. I I could try to fire it up. I haven't actually looked at this in a little bit because I've been deep in the plugin. But my kind of intents right now are just to get some various systems going. So we have the procedural generation that worked fairly well. It needs, some larger fleshing out to be like used in a game. My next plans would be oh, and then got an AI pretty situated, trying to get that fleshed out so it can be more modular with different enemy types, attack types, combos, and such. That's also the same with animation graphs, really trying to flesh those out to be modular. The future, I'd like to really just work on any system I would need. So I'm not totally set on a game right now. It's mostly just building all the bones for something in the future if I decide to fully dive into it. I've mostly just enjoyed making systems, honestly. It's just kind of what I jive with. Actual like gameplay, like literal gameplay stuff. What do you call that? Um I'm forgetting the word right now. but just actually having not game mechanics, but I don't know, a game I'm not quite good at. So for now, we'll just continue down this path. Once I finish, now that I have the plugin, I can rework on the AI because it was a bit finicky the way I was using asset managers to manage data assets to do different things that I wasn't super excited about, especially trying to teach that. It was getting a little bit too complicated in a hyper specific way that I didn't like. So this plugin will help remove some of that, make it a little more usable, a little easier. Then my plan was to work on multiplayer, but that's been pushed. The can has been kicked. So yeah. Right now, I was just making sure the extractor worked before I tried to go make a video about it. But what I like is this Knight. I could actually rename you Knight profile. I had done all of this so I could more properly work on this Knight and this Lion Laurel character. Like I've mentioned, fantastic artist. He just had some silly things. He also has quite complicated character sheets, so which I love, but I wanted to use his character sheets for my AI to have a more fancy character, you know, had multiple attacks that looked nice. Because for the most part, I've just only used my little adventure character, who's done a lot of good, but is limited and not limited. So it's just it's some work trying to do that. Okay, well, I guess he's called Flipokos. Have you been working on any games lately? Anything specific? Oh, this is organizational hell. Oh, I like don't even wanna look into this. Oh my goodness. I need a VFX. Okay, yeah, that's completely reasonable. Hobbies are lovely and such, but you know, definitely need to take care of being able to provide for ourselves. So it's good that you're even able to move forward on that. But yeah. Okay. Oh, this is just so much. I should just write out a plan. Let me literally write that. Do I have a pen by me? Need to be a little more organized so I can properly get something done right now. Yeah, what's up, buddy? Gotta come over here. All right, so what do I want to accomplish? We need to uh this character is good enough. I should probably actually, if this character is good enough, I can just let's just focus. Let's do a focus on AI integration. P2D plus. And then I also need to make sure that need to work on the player controller. Let's do those two things. Player controller improvement for P2D plus. Okay. Okay. So the goal for now will be to see if we can get this character to be adopted into my AI. So let's just, it's been a second, so I probably could immediately drop him in as, let's just see if this works. Bonk. Oh, nice. Okay, beautiful. Lovely. Look at that. We love modularity. Wow. We can just drop the guy in. Now, he's not going to function because he doesn't have the proper range detecting because I built that off of my old data asset. So we need to work on that. That is what we're going to work on. I wonder what that timeline was for. It's been such a long time since I've looked at this now. Oh, this is part of the attack range stuff. That's right. Okay, so this is good. Let's see. I had you know what? That would be nice. So the way I am currently dealing with AIs for attack range for detecting is we have to define, they have to be able to see the character in some way. So I'm using a mix of the perception. How do I, let's see if I can, okay, nope. Oh, I don't remember how to do this. It's 5, and then how do I swap between characters? Tap apostrophe to close or hold to select new pawn. All right, there we go. So using the proper AI perception to actually detect, why are there two perceptions? So the actual AI perception is what's firing to track the character, but then I was using, and I don't love this, let's see here. Um, Actually, this is probably just baked into, yes. A sphere for the actual attack range. So the problem with this is I have to manually come in here, be like, all right, let's look at this character. Let's put it on night attack 1, and I can see in left perspective. I could actually put individual frames, but I can just kind of, eyeball it, be like, all right, he's about here. That's kind of his widest attack frame is like that. So it's like what, 150, which this is not great because this is not an exact science. And I come in here, my data assets, we have attack range 150, and now it should be able to, yeah, so it'll attack, but don't love that. Um, what would be nice is Mm. What would be nice is if in here, in the hitbox editor, that we have, I'm still not sold on these damage numbers and such being baked in here. I'll allow it for now, but uh what would be nice is if we could just get this frame's width and use that as the widest, so that would be the radius, and just build the radius off of this frame's width, because it should be the whoops, it should be the I mean, it's the most important frame because this is his widest range of attack in this attack. But I guess that problem is then if we have multiple attacks, there's going to be variable ranges. So we would just have to do deciding if the AI picks an attack, it would have to do it preemptively if there's, or if it's a combo chain, it would always be the first attack. Now, if it's just a random pick, we would just have to have that already loaded in when the character. Oh, okay, so okay, that's interesting. So we could do on perceived if the character's perceived. When we set it as a target, we would also pick an attack. That's okay. I guess that's something. Um, yeah, it could be done in here or in the state tree. Have you ever, if you're still around, Mr. Square, have you ever used state trees? That's been another bit of a fun one to learn. Is I didn't want to do as much in behavior trees because my previous experiences with them haven't been great. And fortunately, as I was starting to dive more into behavior trees, state trees came around in uh I don't know, it was like five. It wasn't just Unreal 5. It might have been like 5.4 or something. I actually really like them. It is weird. It is definitely a learning curve, as are all things, but just the flow of things once you get it down, I like it a lot more. Um, Now I think there would be a healthy mix between behavior trees and state trees. I think you could marry the two to get some. I mean, because behavior trees work fairly well at deciding things, right? Like if you have two, so maybe it could be used for like really specific complex character logic. And a state tree is just, I mean, it's state driven, so it's a bit larger picture, just kind of a general, which is kind of what I'm going to go for. But who knows? Maybe I'll just never use behavior trees again because you can make anything work, right? Um, yeah, so state trees, we have, the base idle, chase, and attack. Idle is comprised of stand and wander. So if I'm in here, we can watch the character over here will just be wandering around. When I'm in range, he'll attack. So wonderfully, I can escape the guy and he'll go back to wandering. Beautiful. That does remind me though, why were there two perceptions? I know I was messing with it a while ago, but I don't think I added a whole nother perception. Why is there another perception, dog? That's so weird. Oh, it's probably just inside of here. I was probably just messing with um my goodness, I've forgotten so much. Oh, it was senses. Okay. It was, oh, that's right. I was doing a secondary site comp. That's right. Oh. At one point I was trying to determine if you could use multiple AI perception sites in one character and enable and disable one or the other, but you can't do that in blueprints. Um, which I guess I could use Claude to make that a function. But the idea was to have just one AI perception for like long range and short range characters. But blueprints at the time, maybe that'll change with 5.8. That would be beautiful. Would not allow it. Config site. Yeah. I get. Yeah, there it's very limited for AI perception, which you'd think it'd be a little bit more, but it's not even like a niche like state trees, but whatever. Okay, so the character loads fine. We love that. Now we're not gonna worry about the attack range. We have that working fine enough. Now what I would like is to make a second attack. So we'll start with close you. Going to close you and you. We are going to come into this night. Combat. Oh wait, no. We already have all of those made a long time ago, so I can just be in here. Add one. We're going to do night attack 2. Attack 2. We'll quickly make sure that you are definitely not good to go. Right on. Okay. Why is it saying there's... If that's true, that is very off. I'm going to turn you off. I don't think I need that. Okay. We'll just... That's crazy. I have no idea. So it's like he steps forward really far. It's so hard to tell right and left legs. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and then you're done with the attack, so you should be right here. You should be here. Oh, but this character uses recovers. No. So it doesn't matter because I can go in here and it's just going to be off. Because he has a recover. I forgot. I forgot. That's why this attack, while it's close to lining up, and I can make it work. Oh no, this one does automatically recover. Oh my heaven. This is attack 2 recover. So that's where he's supposed to pull his sword back. That'd be great if it was just part of the flip book, but gosh, that that makes things so complicated. I probably should just make it one whole flip book. like combine the two. But this addresses the problem that there will be sprites, characters with more complicated sprite sheets for various things. So I need to have that accounted for at some point. And this, my tag mappings works nicely for like combos. We can drop this in here. We'll have attack 1 and attack 2 and their sequences. Now it might be worth adding some type of a recover or like yeah, like a finish um to the tag mappings as like a subcategory, so you can have like a, I don't know, has a finisher. Um and then we could do a check for finishers. If there are, then we would have to play them. And we could play them as an override. No. Ah. How much do I want to do that? Let's look at these demons here. So I know you have we'll just apply this the old way. Death, death, death. Dive, cancel. Oh, that's another thing we have. What if we don't look at this artist stuff? Because his is just, we know it's more complicated. Let me look at this character's, because I didn't add a lot of what he had. Uh, it's just so, that drop kick is, that's so awesome. That's just such a, look at that. What a fantastic little animation. Lovely. Um, I mean, that is the nice thing about this character is it was just designed in such a way to really, like, oh, he has a knockdown and can get up. Hmm. There's nothing really as complicated. There was the hurt. That's an interrupt. Gosh, this character's so. These characters are. What about the cultists? They were just simple. Yeah, they had very basic, which is good to have basic because it's more easy to implement. But okay, I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom. All this thinking's got me needing to piss. What's up, buddy? You want love now? Okay. Let's we'll worry about all of that when we reach it. Let's just apply those. I could just have him kind of go backwards. Like it's not noticeable in the slightest, I don't think. That's, I suppose that's the nice thing about sprites. I could just have them go back more. We'll just ignore the recover for now. I think that's definitely what I should do. Okay, so we're off by what, like 3 pixels? 1, 2, 3. Okay. So that will be the most. Oh. Oh, wait, it was just. Yeah, that looks fine. Let's turn you off and just compare. Yeah, what the hell? Looks great. Lovely. Okay, attack 2 will be on attack. Night attack 1. That's because we have to. Also not loving this anymore where I'm having to. I really do like Paper ZD, but I'm almost tempted to like stop using it because realistically with this plugin I could I mean I've already added hitboxes, which was one of the biggest appeals for Paper ZD for me. I had made the whole thing about making hitboxes and it worked well. I mean I guess I still need Paper ZD to do I? I mean don't love relying on Claude to to create a like an automatic detector. Well, it could just run events off of attacks. We can fire an event here. We could just. So many things to think about today. I might end up not using Paper ZD. I think I'll have to use it for now, but a part of having boxes is we could just detect where it has a collision and then spawn something there. With that, we could also I mean, we could almost just like tie events directly to the frame, which I don't love that. Not the frame. That would be no good. But we could have inside of the characters a some type of an event coming out of here that would be like, well, essentially on collision, like on hit. Oh, that would be nice. Currently, how I handle my that is within Paper ZD. I use their um spaghetti. Ah, jump scare. I can ignore this stuff for now. It's not useful. Is I just create box traces inside of their editor, detect and apply damage. I mean, but this could all be taken out because this the whole point of this is the box trace itself, and then the on notify tick. So for the duration of oh, so I don't actually know. Let's. I don't know how well. Um, hit. We're getting sidetracked. I'm so good at doing this. Oh, that's right. I already had that wired in here. Let's let's see. Oh, I need to disable. I'll let him attack me. Oh, that's because there isn't a. See, this is adding so much because now I have to be in each character. I have to make sure that they have, for the duration of their attack, they have the notify state. Starts here, ends here. And I'm not loving that. As much as possible, I'm trying to minimize. Like when I say I want things modular, it's because, I am just doing this alone as a hobby. And I I mean, I guess it's part of who I am. It's also where I work right now. I'm just like very big on efficiency, right? I've got to have things modular so I don't have to make all of this for each character and make sure that this is in the right spot in the right time because that's points of failure. So get over here, boy. Okay, well, okay, I guess this is okay. Uh, huh? Okay, slow down. Did I? Okay, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, well, that's not going to print anything because it's not going to get through all of this. That's, yeah. Okay. Okay, that's the first. Out hits, detects hits, compares teams. Oh, well, you'd have to compare teams for teams. So I think that's probably the problem. We don't have proper teams for this character. Hmm. But that should be handled inside of my. I need things so much better organized. Oh my gosh. Okay, your team is a player. Your team should just be an enemy. So that's just that. Like that doesn't. Have I overridden something somewhere? Yeah, you just set the team tag and get the team tag. It's just that. This is such a mess. Oh my gosh. We'll just keep adding things. Enemies players. Okay, so that's definitely not the problem. But we're not getting. This should essentially just be treated as like a hit. Like if I hit him, it hits. So. Oh, you know why? Oh, that's why. Oh my gosh. Yes, this is the problem. Oh my gosh. Because I haven't made the box inside of here. Oh my god. Yeah, we're gonna have to do away with this. This will have to be done away with because this is just not gonna work. I mean, I could inside of here get the extent of these boxes and then apply it in here so it automatically will just map it in there, and that's the best approach I can do right now. um I mean, I should just do that, shouldn't I? Get. It's not gonna have it because it's getting a paper character. Well, I'm glad I deleted all that stuff from earlier. Get component by class. Paper. Get profile. I want to. Oh, but this isn't gonna work because it's not in real time. I should just be able to get hit. So we have the flipbook and we have the frame. Then I'd have to get the flipbook and the frame, which would then give me this, which would then give me that, which is awful. Why is that like that? No, there's a better. There's a. That's right. This is how I had it set up. Um, but that's in world space. And if it's not valid, it's not going to show. But we could just, give it a whirl. think we're just gonna have to loop. This is now, it's 2 loops, okay. Um, damn it, I don't like this. Center, extent. Uh, wait, get attack. That's right, I can just do it like this. Right? Because it should still be the same, yeah. Otherwise it wouldn't have let me do that. Okay. Maybe it'll just work. Doesn't. Um, figures. Oh yeah, wow. Let's just leave the actor reference. So we need to make sure there's a safeguard on there. Hello. That's crazy. It's treating it like an interface more than a function. Okay, that's no good. Bam. Bam. I can draw you for frame. Bam. Nothing. I mean, it might not show it because it would be hidden under that debug, so. Beautiful. You are not working. um, extent, rotation, scene, print. Oh, it's because it's auto. I see. That's because this already calculates the world space. Definitely not not in love with this. Okay, so now it works. Cool. So if we were to walk over here, Mac, nice. So it is. He killed me. Congratulations. Huh? Or no, that's because I double clicked. I bet. Yeah, it's because I tried to click too many times. You can't kill me. You can't apply damage, idiot. Ha ha ha. Ooh. I don't. I like this, but I don't. So what's going on right now? Originally, how I have things set up with Paper ZD is you had to factor in the sequence render component was literally like this thing, this renderer rendering this because it's not a flip book, it's rendering these sequences. Um, and so when you were in a world, it's still not rendering, it's not flipbooks, it's sequences. So it was the component that's rendering this. So you had to factor where that is in world space, and it's tied to your character. And so that's what this was doing. It was getting its place in the world. But the way I have the plugin set up is that these hitboxes, it already does that. Like these hitboxes themselves already map to the world space based off of this function properly. Yeah, I can see we're getting the current frame in world space. I should probably have a separate get actor attack box. Well, I need to, let's rename this. I need to, so first bug 5.5 extractor map or extractor file picker crashes, and then we had um setting character profile in game mode does not pass to character. And then we need, I like get actor hitboxes needs to be renamed to in world. There should be separate function for its what relative? Yeah, relative space. Okay. This should also include. Does it? So right now there is no way to get the character's rotation. So you would always have to just apply the rotation, which I am already doing in a kind of convoluted way. So that's okay for now. Oh, I need to double check. Fab. Ah, damn it. I love it when I resubmit to Fab, and I definitely just forgot to make it accessible. So wouldn't that be nice if we had anyone with link could view this? Haha. So oh bother. Okay, so now I need to resubmit the link. Okay. I swear if this gets if this doesn't pass because I just didn't put a change log, that would be very, very silly. All right, that's dealt with. Hopefully Fab will get that finished and the plugin can start working as intended on Fab. I think I'm gonna just have to do away with a lot of paper ZD. Like I like paper ZD for its like animation graphs. But essentially what it does with the notify track, which is awesome, could just be done inside of here. We could just add things to the frames that would still fire and be a bit more tightly timed. Because this is still some amount of like guesswork. Like I have to be like, all right, boom. I mean, it's not guesswork. It's literally on uh, whatever frame 38, whatever they consider this. But then the issue is that that involves needing to have all of this, which I guess the sequences could. I think you can swap. Um, a sequences flipbook out. That feels very convoluted. Let's get animation. Yes, I made a hitbox. Finally, it did work. Sequence. I forgot. I don't know. We gotta get player. Get player. Sequence. I current animation sequence. Can I set? No, you can't real time set a flipbook, but we can make a sequence like I've already done if we were to have a paper ZD sequence object. This should have a flipbook. No, it's a sequence. Okay. Can I set flipbook? No, we can't expose that, can we? So we have to have the sequences as individual flipbooks. What can I do inside of here? We can get its frames, get duration. Yes, I've done a similar thing for combo attacks. However, right now I'm just kind of uh, deciding a few things. Um, I'm trying to decide how much I want to be using paper ZD anymore, essentially. But maybe I shouldn't focus on that because that's kind of way too big of a picture, and I just need to take it step by step and see where I arrive, and that should be good enough. All right, so we'll go back to what I was doing, which was, what was it? That's right, we were setting up this character. Attack 2. Okay. Side of here, we have that. Boom. Can add the notify state for the duration. Very good. Now, if I want to have multiple attacks, the way I currently have it set up in my player controller is my whole combo system is derived off of the assumption in the combo window. That's right. So this whole thing is built off of my one character, this guy, his animation blueprint, because this is my most fleshed out, well working. And so we have, this is my like combo system. We can just ping back and forth for however many combos a character may have. So I need to add that into the generic in here. We need to be able to just in locomotion ground attacks. So I need to do something similar where we go from ground attacks, we come in here for the combo array, we get the combo index and we play it, and then we go back into here. This is just an empty state, which could I use a conduit can point back. So I think I should use a conduit. Another side note, let's see if we can use a conduit. Actually, I don't need to do that right now. I just need to implement. Can I just copy you? Yes, I can. Okay, so we would come in here. We would get combo. Ooh, main player controller. How do I have? I removed the need for player controllers, did I not? Inside of here, we just get that. That's right. Because the player controller means that we have to differentiate between AI and actual players. But if we can avoid that as much as possible, then this can just be used for anything. Now, what's the problem with the combo is that we had the combo index stored in the player controller. Now, my options are to, instead of storing it in the player controller, to store it inside of here. Or, which I'm not opposed to, because that's what I think I originally did. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if it's still in there in the main character. Look away. No, we just have the max number of combos stored in there. I think I should make just a combo component. That would probably be better. Yeah, because that, like, the health component, I mean, it tracks the variable health. I think I should just do that. Should we start with that? I think so. That way we could put that in there. We would also get rid of the need to have the combo index as an individual variable inside of the player controller. We could even get rid of the combo queued, because that could all be stored inside of a component. Okay, I like that. We're going to where are components? Actor component. Okay, cool. We're gonna call you combo components. Nice. Inside of here, we are going to need a few variables. We'll have a variable of combo queued. We will need integer for combo, or we'll call you max combos, max combo, max number. We'll just call it max combo. um, combo index. Use idle and run, death anim, in paper ZD anim, and all animations you set as overrides. You know, I've considered doing similar to that as well because I mean, that allows for, like you're saying, like a variable instance where you're setting it yourself, which I'm not opposed to, but that almost that almost makes me not want to use paper ZD because at that point, what just using the overrides is doing is almost just like what you could do with raw paper 2D of just setting flipbooks and such, which I'm not recommending that because that is it's similar, but paper ZD having the override does make it a bit easier. But it's like I really do like paper ZD, but I'm finding less functionality, which in a way is kind of a good thing because the more we can do without excessive plugins, the better. Um, so right now, I'm at a little bit of a crossroads, but we'll get over the existential crossroad of deciding how much I want to use paper ZD and just focus on this. All right, so then we need what? Um, I can't even remember how to use components anymore. That's right, we make functions. We can have a function to on health change, dead. So I guess on begin play, the first thing we need to do is set the max combo, but to set that, oh, hi. We would need to get a tag mapping inside of this, but for that we need a reference back to the character, which I guess makes it a little bit redundant to have a component. Um, no, it doesn't, because we can pass. No, that does, doesn't it? Damn it. No, wait. I don't love this because what I'm now wanting to do would be to do paper 2D. An object and make um so I could set this in here, but I don't love that because that means now I would have to set that in there and in there. Is there a way to get component owner. Oh, you can just get the actor. I mean, I would assume so. Okay, so from there we can. Oh my gosh, Peach. Girl, did you just fall? That was so loud. Are you okay? I mean, you didn't fall, you caught yourself. Did something scare? Oh my gosh. Just got jump scared by a cat. Thank you. Where did your brother go? Yeah, I know. I could have sworn your brother was there a second ago. You're so cute, though. Thanks for giving me a heart attack. Where did he go? Swear to God, that cat somehow got outside. There's literally no way. There's nothing open in this house. Bowser. Cat is secure. I knew there's no way for this little dude to have gotten out, but he did 2 days ago, which was entirely my fault. So now I guess I had flashbacks. You're so nice and warm. Okay. I guess if I want to get the profile. All right, let's see what this does. Let's see if it just even Oh, yeah, sorry. And a BP base. I mean, I'll just delete that for now. Okay, that's okay. I really need to stop doing that. Okay, so we're getting done. Who's the owner? Okay, player character base, AI character. Great. Now, are you failing still to pass the profile? If that's the case, this is a plugin problem that I need to address, like probably right away, because this will be the second instance that I've run into this. Okay, so it still has the night profile showing up, which is good. We'll close you, we'll close you, we'll close you. So we are yes, we are definitively getting night profile. Now, I'm assuming what's happening is it's passing through kind of. I think when I do it like this, it's getting some weird. I think it's a soft reference in here somehow, which isn't great, but yeah, because now we're not getting anything. Um, or it's just because it's on event begin play and it's not yet possessed. So that's part of the problem. We'll just delay it. Okay, so that fixed it. Not great. I don't love this current setup. I'm going to leave it as is for now. um unless there should I would hope that they would have uh possess no. Loaded. No, that's not gonna do what I want. Um, get owner. Okay, so we have player pawn, player controller. Yep. I think I think it'll just have to be like this for now until I can do a little bit of testing. Okay, so we do that, then we can get tag mapping. We would do U at attacking. I would get or sorry, length, and we can set max combo to the length. Straighten out these two, kind of pop it up there. All right, so then we would be able to print. Oh, that's right, it's gonna be annoying. Print you to see that it is 1, but that might be because it's a. Oh, it's because I have none in there. That's right. So we have knight attack 2. Okay, 2. Perfect. Lovely. So now we have a more modular way, a more dynamic way to actually set max number of attacks, combos. Perfect. Instead of having to go define it ourselves. Perfect. Love that. That is working more or less as intended. Don't love this. Don't love all of this, but that's okay for now. Next thing is the combo index stuff. So if inside of our main player controller we have, I should probably just create a reference directly to the component for the combos. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to keep calling like I do on, where is it? Oh, I removed it all. I removed all the health stuff from here, I think, which was the right thing to do. So Wait. Okay, so I'm storing the max combo, so if I were to get the component, plug that in, make sure it's less than that, then we could increment it. Combo index would then also be stored in the same place, so we could just grab that from the component. Cool. And same with combo queued. So this would all pull very nicely from a component. And then we would increment the combo index. However, to do that, I think I would have to make a function that would essentially do, it would just be like, no, you can just set. All right, let's just get component. We'll just do it like this. Y class, paper, go. Going to get combo. Oh, whoops, not that. Sorry, combo, combo component. Going to get index, and then you should. If I set that, um, will it pass back into the component? That is the question for right now. So if we were to run a little, let's run a little test of off of possessing. We're just going to um we can just set you to 1. Oh, wait. No, 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 no. Set combo index. Yeah, I'm looking at trying to set this guy's. That's no good. So now if in here we just run a little get combo index, we'll just do a little print. Okay. Yeah, so it's 0 and 1 because what I set it in the player controller, so the players is 1 and the AI over there on the left, little guy over here is a 0. Perfect. So that does, it does pass back into the character base, into that component itself. Nice. That's good to know. So then what we would need to do, I think I should just set this itself. I should have just left that up there and just set this as a set that as a variable. We'll call it player or we could just call it combo component. Okay, and that'll make that easier to reference and a little bit more clean. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's go back. Sorry, we're just going to check to see if Fab has accepted everything yet. Okay, Google, thank you. They've received it. Nice. They've been shockingly fast lately at processing, especially because I have been a little bit silly and submitted a bunch. Okay. Okay, there we go. So I have to be fairly careful about. Well, the nice thing about this is that the combo stuff is not like married to the um like this is just logic. It doesn't affect the actual it does affect the animation because the animation graphic is the combo index. That's okay. Oh, but this isn't gonna work for my other character. So many things to do. So many side quests to accomplish. You know what? Screw it. Let's just do this guy really quick. Oh, hi. That's fine. Nice. We'll just pop you in here, remove you. Good thing about this character is I don't actually have to um align anything because I know it's properly done. Attack 1, attack 2, do attack uh attack 3, attack 3, pop you in here, attack 3. See, this works nicely when I have everything already set up, but without already having the paper ZD sequences, everything lined, like it is quite a bit of work, and we hate working. um, I need to add in idle, idle, idle. Dead? No. Why is everything called death? Huh? Does it hurt? No. What is your? Is it die? Just die. Let's not have it called die. Can we have everything just called death, please? Please don't destroy everything ever. Uh, oh, that's why it's not working. The separator is a dash, which I hate, but uh, add suffix will be death. Is this worth doing? This is so not worth doing. We give up. I yield. My bad. Please don't be called die in here. It is. I could definitely go for a more unified naming convention. What does this character play for? Like, look at this. Look at all this beautiful work. I don't want to do that for every single character. Okay, it is just run. Oops. Oh, that's right. Okay. 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 Now what we need to do, now that that character has at least his combos added, combo window is not defined by anything other than the timing, which is great. Oh, that is one of the nice things about Paper ZD, because otherwise I would have to do that. Well, if I did it as a flipbook duration, well, I don't have a switcher like that does. That is, I guess, one of the nice things. Though this bug is annoying and I wish they'd fix that, but maybe I'll just have to fix that myself. Okay. Yeah? We can set combo index to 0. We can hopefully this just works. Being able to increment the int like that would be fantastic. Ooh, I really should do a push. Let's that's why it broke. It wasn't connected. How'd you get disconnected, bro? Okay, well that makes a lot more sense. Let's put this. Oh dear, what to call this commit? uh Wait, no. Oh, hold on. What is it saying it's trying to remove? Uh, yeah, I know you're not under version control, but it looks like it's doing the thing again. Okay, attack two. So that makes more sense why my Git was breaking because this wasn't actually connected. So I don't love this because it looks like a weird thing I had in the past. Ah, fuck it. We'll just commit. So it's kind of a massive commit because it's being weird about all of the sprites. So hopefully it doesn't bust, but God. Oh, oh, gonna crash out. um, please don't kill yourself. I would please don't. Please keep everything working nice and not exploding. I would love it if you just did not explode. It shouldn't. Done this a million times. In fact, I've done it almost 500 times. Gosh. So did it commit? That's so interesting how badly this is breaking all of a sudden. We're just going to submit. This is all in my Git. It's only showing the addition of sprites. So we're just gonna uh Unreal slash Unreal. Let's just commit these from Git. What are all the stash holy. Why did it stash all of these changes. You know what? We're just gonna discard those. Ah, that's where they went. That makes so much more sense. I lost a whole bunch of sprites in the past, and it's because they were stashed on this computer. Wow. Lovely. I could restore it, but that would probably cause a bunch of conflicts. Um, oh, I would love to restore that. Um, Lion Laurel stashed sprites may cause conflict. Let's commit this. Yep, look at that. They are conflicted. I would prefer these though. Hey, um, hello, Ganjeji. It's not because of renaming. What I'm currently having was just me working between my two separate computers without properly having pushed them. I just forgot to push some sprite work I had done on this one, and it stashed. It did two separate stashes of different sprite stuff, so that makes sense. Things were like getting more and more stashed, and it was just causing issues. So hopefully my Git will now be happy, calm, and good to go, and I can go on about my merry way. Okay, nice. Yeah, so I was just working on some Git related issues. I wanted to do a push before I did some overhauls to my current combo system, you know. That way, should things break irreparably, then I could just go back in version control. So now I can just go ahead and go back to this. Oh, nice. Well, it's good to have you here. Yeah, your name is Ganjed Ganjeji. So it's a little different on here, but that's okay. Yeah, so right now what I'm trying to do is I have my combo system is set up inside the player controller for players. However, I want to separate a little bit of how I have it set up and move variables and some logic into a component, making things a little bit more modular because I need to set up combos for AI in probably like right after I get this working. Um, as long as I don't get, distracted. Okay. Looks good enough. Did we do on the subject of hitting combo only once hit register, else only string attack? Not quite. So I remember you having asked. Um, I can kind of remember your question from the past, and what you're looking for, I think, is in my video covering like hit detection. Um, because I think what you wanted was if there's not a hit detected to not go into the next combo, which all you would need to do is in your hit detection logic. So I have my create hit boxes from the video in which I showed, and then all you need to really do is somehow detect if there's a hit. So if your character's hitbox, attack box hits something, then you could increment the combo. If it doesn't, then we wouldn't increment the combo. Because the way I have things set up is it's just based off of mouse clicks. The more you click your mouse in within a timing window, the more it would increment the combo. So I'm not going to be able to implement what you want exactly, because that would take a fair bit of work, and I've already got myself a good bit snowed here, good bit confused or behind on what I'm working on. So, but essentially, actually, within the combo logic, if you set things up as I have it inside of the combo window, you just need to do. This is okay. This is a lot more simple. All you need to do is have some type of a box trace. So when you're running the combo window, before it even checks if you can leave the combo, you would need to have some type of a hitbox detection. And then try to do a tag base like enemy attacks within hitbox, it goes to combo. But attacking game tag in 2D is kind of pain. I mean, it sounds like that implementation it's getting along a line that might work, and it would probably just take you'd have to just be messing around and try to get something to work eventually. I can't, I can't help with everything ever. I can only do so much, but you are onto something, and you just need to just think about how you can stop the flow of logic when you want it to versus when you don't. So right now, you want a combo to happen only when you hit an enemy, so you can work off of that. Find when you hit an enemy and then somehow try to trigger the combo in there in your own code. It would be lovely if I, could help everyone all the time, but this is just a hobby, so it does get a little bit difficult. Okay. Okay, there we go. That's the reset. Now we need to just get this. You know, okay, see, you set an energy increment when you hit an enemy with an interface. Yeah. So I'm not I'm gonna probably butcher your name. A canna shop is saying so you could use things like interfaces. Interfaces are a fantastic way to pass information between blueprints, essentially, kind of. Um, so you could have an interface that when you hit a enemy, it would just pass through that, oh, this has been hit. Like we are definitively hitting an enemy, and now we can go through on the combo. Now that would require a little bit of figuring out interfaces, which I have covered in some of my videos, and they can be a little bit confusing at first, but they work very well. And you're not distracting me. I'd love to help people more, but I, you know, like I said, I can only do so much. And that's crazy that your house has been under renovation for 2 months. Yeah, that's a lot. That's awful. I'm sorry that your house has been under renovation for so long. I had my basement where I live flood and had to deal with that for like 2 weeks, and that was horrible. I hated that. So Anish, nice. It's called Anish. That's good to know. Oh, I see Anish in there now. Oh, AKA. Okay, I see. AKA Anish. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, I don't think I could go. I don't think I would be able to do because what essentially I think what you're saying is to like set up a Patreon where you could pay and I could help do code reviews. It's a lovely idea, and I know a lot of people do similar things like that. However, I don't think I can because I don't think I can realistically fit that into my schedule, and I don't think I would entirely enjoy doing that. And since this is a hobby, I have to factor mm, that. I'm not factor that in. I'm not willing to just completely dive in and try to make it about making money, as that can often take away layers of enjoyment. So maybe in the future, but it's fairly unlikely that I would do something like that. Okay, so that should be the simple migration. I can probably just delete these. Oh no, I can't delete that. That's right. Okay. Excuse me. Now what we need to do, we need to open up this and we need to open up this. We're just going to steal that, put that here. Okay. Now we can get yes, I've never been a huge fan of using MacBooks. I don't imagine it's very great for using Unreal on. I did just recently acquire a Apple Mac Mini because I'm going to need to set that up to try to compile and build my plugin on. But I dread doing that. I don't want to even I don't want to work with Macs. I When I was younger, my grandma had an Apple Mac Mini, and it was awful to try to use. So I have very minimal and very my minimal experience was not great. Um, we can get combo index. Okay, there we go. Just kind of straighten everything out. Okay, so now that's based off of that. Getting the player progress is equal to 1. Then we come in here. Now, we returned. Ooh. You understand? Sometimes it gets confusing. Yeah. I mean, that is just the inevitable case of development, you're right. I I've tried that's why it's nice that I'm able to do this as just a hobby. Um Interesting. Yeah, I that's what I was gonna say. I'm glad I do this as a hobby because trying to deal with deadlines, deal with figuring things out while having deadlines. That's not it's not great. That's definitely a stressful stressful thing to have to deal with. So I don't envy having to deal with that. That is very tough. Um, I want that to be ground attack actually. Let's see how badly that ruins everything, or if it just. I wish I. Oh, I need some better way to migrate. To copy these down. You know what? I should have it as ground attack versus air attacks. Or I can have it as primary and secondary, and then define it in the character. Yeah, it's nice to just kind of do your own thing in Unreal whenever that is an option. Which is why, as much as possible, I will just try to keep this as a hobby. If it's able to become something more in the future, great. But for now, I do not need um, the additional stress and time crunch and such. You are not night attack. You are a adventure. Oh my goodness, attack, adventure attack. Um, Dang it, I really. Oh, I can just copy it. Se me olvidó. Oh, talking about changing expressions and such, that is that is something. So you're mentioning using a bone system or a socket system, and that's you're on to something. And interestingly enough, PaperZD just did push out an update where I can kind of show it, not very well because I don't have a sprite sheet for it, but and they added in here in the animation source, it's the additional. You have a composite layers that render along the main animation, and you can actually add layers, which would, in a way, you could well, not even hypothetically, you could have something. I wish I had a better example. Let me see if I can find. Um, just gotta make sure this isn't on my main Discord. It's not okay. It was in here. Okay, so yes, this guy is working on it's a skin layer system. So he's got essentially you can have the character be broken up into parts. His character is this weird, just kind of looks like he might. It's kind of an interesting looking sprite, but it's just the character does not have anything else. And then you can add layers on top of having like a dagger and a sword, and then you just animate each individual part based off of the animations, and then you can kind of put them all together. Now, someone had a lot better of a example. It was with a face where you can have different like eyes and noses on a face. And this is all just on the PaperZD plugin. Oh yeah. Oh wait. Ooh, yikes. For skins. Oh my goodness, this person is doing a. They are definitely working on figuring out the skins right now. That's that's awesome. But yeah, so you can break. Ideally, what you would do with a skin layer system is have each. No, so that what you're asking about tracking motion is the problem. So what a skin layer is for is you would break up your ideally you would break up your sprite into individual pieces, so left and right arm, body, cape, head, left and right leg, shield and weapon, and then you would animate each of these individually, and it does decrease the work amount, but you still would have to, like, if you have an idle, you would have to have the idle be broken up into all of these. But the nice thing is, then you could have a different leg. But that leg, let's say you have a red leg for your normal idle and a blue leg that you want to swap in. You would still have to animate and draw the blue leg to be that idle, but it lets you swap things in and out a bit better, which technically does decrease the amount of work because you're not drawing individual entire sprites. But I haven't dove into this at all yet because first off, I don't have characters for that. This guy has. Dang it. Shockingly impressive. He's making a first person. Wait, wait, that's so cool. Look at this. This person's making a first person 2D 3D hybrid. Well, no, it's like a 3D. It's just with 2D character. Yeah, I guess it's 2D 3D hybrid, but he's using the 8 directionality, so the characters are turning towards you. That's crazy. That's awesome. Oh my goodness. This person is. That's so cool. You see how the face is tracking? That's so cool. So he's using paper ZDs because you can have 8 directions. So it's using the 8 directional for the head. The head is being, it's like almost its own individual, and it's just drawing the head as a thing, and the body is separate too. That's crazy. That is, that makes me think of some stuff. This is, I mean, ideally, I wouldn't want to do like a 3D environment, but that is, that's really smart. Dang. That's so cool. I'm like shocked. That is just, there's nothing going on here. Oh my gosh, that's I'm flabbergasted. That was amazing. Yeah, it's the head was tracking um because it's a separate yeah, it's a separate layer, but it's also its own animation sequence. Yeah, it totally looks like a Doom game. But so what he's doing here is he has a sequence that is probably just, does he actually show it? He does not. Oh, that's weird. He's not. He's got, I have no idea. I mean, I could maybe figure out something of what he's doing with enough time, but that's, yeah, it almost looks like a 3D mesh with this, right? Because if he's just accomplishing this purely off, I don't know. He says he's directionality. I think, oh my goodness, he might just be using the top down directionality and then mapping it and having to just do some kind of complicated um I don't know. That's I don't know. That was, I'm glad I stumbled upon that. That was a cool little something someone's working on. But yeah, essentially there is
some functionality for skins, which you could, in a way, like add different facial expressions. But the problem is you would have to add those facial expressions to each sprite. Not each sprite. I'm just gonna stop. This is a little bit. I haven't explored this enough to explain it well, so I'm just gonna get. I'm just gonna keep getting. I'm just gonna keep vomiting words out and not making sense. Yeah, I'm not totally sure how he would do a lot of what he's doing, but that was definitely cool. So, okay, focus. Need to focus. I need to go back into the night. Why is it? Okay, whatever. You can stay in there. I swear, if it got rid of. Okay, it didn't. No, it's okay. That was a good distraction. That was cool to kind of explore that a little more. And I do need to explore that further in the future. Um, it's funny because I'd like to explore it more, but exploring that would go directly in contradiction to what I'm working on now, because ideally I would have a character broken up into pieces, and these are not that. So it's okay though. I need to learn and work on all sorts of stuff. So um because I've swapped that, I need to make sure that this is also ground attack for now. So Knight has that. Okay. You also have that. Get rid of that one. Oh, and what these are, I haven't really talked about it. So plugin, I've added in, I've decided to call them character profiles. They were previously called character data assets, which was a terrible name, and it was based off of my original, what I had built in my own project. It was a character, it was a data asset that contained all of the information about my characters to make it a bit more modular. So now they're called profiles, better name. One of the things I have is tag mappings, which you can add in based off of a tag. So I could say something like wall sliding, and then I can drag in flipbooks, and then I can define a sprite or a paper ZD sequence to that flipbook. Now, why I'm doing this is because I set this up entirely with just like variables and data structures inside of, we can see it inside of here. I have, it's called a character anim map. Now, what this map, it contains 7 states that you need to have a character execute to be able to like do the most basic things, and that's, you know, to idle, run, attack, fall, hit, death, jump. You can have a character do those things and perfect. That's a working character. Now this is it's a variable, and so yeah, this saves a lot of time. I'm trying, you know, I want to make things as modular as possible, and so I could store this inside of a characters data asset. So I had them all just defined it here, and then it would load all of what this is doing is essentially it's just loading them from soft references to actual hard object references, but that's another conversation. And what was I saying? Oh, and then that way I could then, inside of my just generic animation blueprint, I could have this, where we could get from the character, we could get that from the map, and we can find it in the map and have a beautiful little function. So if I want to attack, I would just put in the key attack and it would play that sequence. Then that lets me drop in and add characters really fast. Instead of creating entirely new animation graphs for each character, we can just make them maps. The characters are now maps. They're mapped to sequences, and the sequences are played inside of just a generic animation base. So that's great. However, it works, and it works. It's great. But now I've done that, but inside of the profile. So this is what that is. We can now map flipbooks to sequences, and we can pull them out and add in like combos. So this is attack 1, attack 2. I can add continuous attacks onward and be able to get their sequence, which is what matter. We need their sequence to be able to play it inside of here. Yes, it's one master animation for all. It's the ideal way to work for the mass, the majority. That's the word. The majority of characters. We want to just be able to load them in quick and not have to hard code all of these connections. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not the man to ask about meshes and such. I have very minimal work done with meshes. I helped someone on a procedural uh, content generation, and I needed meshes, and that's the extent. That's all I've done with meshes. You know what? Let's just send it. Let's see what happens. Right, that goes from you back to you. Oh wait, no, dang it. Is that all set up correctly? Okay. Okay, okay, so he doesn't attack, but that's because attack 1. Oh, it's getting it from the combo array. That's why. That's okay. I'll just set up the combo array right here for him. I still have to use some of my old stuff. I haven't migrated everything into the character profiles yet. Okay, so now we can. Oh yes, please go to bed. I hope you get some sleep. That's crazy. Yes, definitely go to sleep. Thanks for stopping by though. Yeah, I'd love to continue streaming some and being around, but my schedule is fairly tight. So when I can make it happen, I'll make it happen. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. Have a nice evening. Oh, I imagine it's not working because I don't have the combo arrays set up properly anymore. Or it could be in here. We're gonna close out of that one. I'm gonna close out of that one. I'm gonna close you. You should be fine. Don't need you. You should be fine. You're fine. Okay. Attacking on ground. Is there a combo queued? There shouldn't be. Yes, index will be less than max. Let's actually let's do a quick print. Okay, so we have more things breaking than expected. Because we never even got to that. So what's probably breaking, I'm guessing, is this jump. Yeah, that is definitely the appeal of overrides. But right now, I especially usually I keep things quite organized, but I have way too many we have way too many things in need of being changed to bring it up to like using the profiles. And so there's a lot of systems I have that are in need of being brought up to date. So everything's probably starting to compound and fall apart all at once. Um, we can do a quick on enter. Actually, I know it's not. Why not? Let's see if we're even entering. Okay, so it looks like we are. So we are entering into this state. Now what's breaking is probably all of this. So we can do a test in here. Oh, I should have left the Okay, so it's 0. That's good. Now let's just grab all of that actually. Close you. Okay, so it's not getting anything from the combo array because the combo array is probably not being loaded because yes. Okay, so it's probably the problem is probably contained inside of here. So combo arrays are supposed to get loaded in here, right here, right here, load combo array. So this is probably what's breaking because I haven't looked at this in who knows how long. Okay, so the combo array comes from the anim data, which is built inside of here. A character's anim data is passed into here, So it should do that. I want to print the get length. Okay, so that's not working. Why is it not loading the combo array? Oh. It's because I have that right there. Is that ever valid? Because it's a soft reference, I don't know if that would ever be valid. Why did I put that there? It is. Wait, what? Oh. Okay, so we are entering. I can stop that stuff. We don't need any of this. So I don't know if you've used Anish, I don't know if you've used any soft object references yet, but what's probably going on is a problem with those. Wait. How is it that we're entering but we're not exiting? That doesn't make sense. The only point that in which we could not exit is at this branch. But that Whoa! Oh, I had it selected. That branch should not. Okay, so it stays false. Interesting. That's no good. So the counter increments after an asset is loaded. So the length of the combo array is 2. Minus 1 is 1. The counter should be equal to 1. Wait. That's the problem. Because the counter increments from 0 up to 1. Yeah. That's interesting that that worked fine before. I'm counting in 2 different bases, so. Nice. So the look, it just works. That's we love it. It works. It, it doesn't look the best. I definitely like the other character, but that's okay. And I think he's meant to kind of like step forward. But we'll deal with that type of stuff in the future. Nice. So the reason I did all of this was to be able to add combos into the AI because he can only do the one attack. Lovely. Okay, next question is, can I not have a state but have a conduit? I think so. I think I'm using this like a conduit. Can I just paste you inside of here? Ah, no. Ugh. All right, well, I think that'll be it for today. So thanks for stopping by, everyone. Thank you, Anish and Mr. Square, if you're still here. I appreciate it, and I will try to do this again in the future. Bye.